Hello, mic testing. Hello. Okay, so we are back on mic. I know a couple of you faced issues as I was writing and explaining, but trust me, I was not able to speak as it was hurting a lot. Anyways, hello Brigadians. We were working on with the chat message activity in the previous vlog, and let's try and finish it in this one. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Okay, so we worked out till the send user method. Now let's just quickly create a class for our view holder so that we can work out with our recycler view. So let's declare this class as public static class user chat view holder extends recycler view dot view holder, this one, and then we can give a curly brace. Underneath we can write view, view would be capital, so view my view. Underneath we'll write public, and let's just do one thing. We'll just alt enter over here, create constructor, and this creates our public user chat method. Now what we can do here is we can define that my view is equal to the item view that is clicked or selected. So after this what we can do is define all the methods that would be used for messages to show the message or to show the time and everything. So let's just write public void. We have actually covered this a lot of times wherever I have used the Firebase recycler adapter. So this is somewhat the third time I'm doing it. So last message, and we'll need a variable for this, that is message, and then we'll give a curly brace, an open curly brace. Now we'll write here text view, sent chat message equals to find it's my view, so my view dot find view by id r dot id dot sent chat message, sent chat message, and underneath that we'll just write that the sent chat message dot set text would be the message itself, or yes, the message itself. So message, that's it. Now we'll need another method for the time, so void user, let's name it user time. You can name it anything you want, but I am comfortable with this one, so time, open a curly brace. Now let's write text view, because this was also defined as a text view. Just recall the XML layout if you are not sure what I am doing, if you want. So where is it? This one. So this is our layout. Now this is the send chat message, and this is the send chat time over here. So we are referring this two text views. So let's name it sent chat underscore time equals my view dot find view by id r dot id dot send chat time. That is done. Now let's write send chat time dot set text time, and that's it. So that is done. Now what we need to do is, this is somewhat a difficult part, but it should not be as difficult as it seems. So we have created only one card view that is left oriented, right? So whenever a message comes, the card view pops up like this one, the send chat card view pops up. Now as you see, this is left oriented. This whole thing is to the left. Now suppose the other user sends a message, so this is fine, the other user message is shown to the left, but whenever we send someone a message, the same card view shows to the left again, because this is by default to the left, but we don't want that. What we need to do is, whenever we send a message, this card view, the orientation of this card view needs to be to the right. So we need to change the orientation for the other users sending the message, and whenever we are sending the message. So there are two orientation of the same card views. So let's dive into it, and let's make this stuff clearer. So public void change orientation. I'm giving this name, I could have given it other names like other user message, but I'm giving it for your better understanding. That's it. So orientation left, and open and close brackets and open a curly brace. Now I hope up till here it is clear. So we are proceeding, but if you are not comfortable with this thing, you should go back and check out these codes and then come back to this code. Don't skip the videos, please. So change orientation left, let's just say the linear layout, and then name it card view equals my view dot find view by id r dot id dot send chat layout. Now I told you when we were designing this layout, I'm giving an ID to this linear layout because you'll understand it afterwards. Now the use of this ID is to call this linear layout and change the direction or the orientation of this linear layout to the left or to the right. That's a very simple way of saying it. So I'm just calling this variable as a linear layout and defining it a specific view. Now let's say frame layout dot layout params, and that would be, let's name it params equals new frame layout params. And now what we need to do is we need to wrap the content like how we do in the XML thing. Like we are wrapping the content and we are wrapping the content. Same thing over here also. So frame layout dot layout params dot wrap content, and again comma frame layout dot layout params dot, sorry, this would be wrap content as well. So wrap content. Now what we need to do is we need to set the margin end. Okay, so params dot set margin end 100, and the card view dot set layout params would be the parameters. Okay, now we are setting the end margin. All right, so like if you do it over here, so margin end would be 100. See this thing. Now this is to the left. Now whenever we go to the right, we'll say margin start and then 100. Now that's the beautiful thing between left and right. I'm doing it very easily for you to understand. So the end defines to the left, the start defines to the right. It is that simple. Don't make it difficult. Don't understand it in a very improper way. Just we are giving it a margin either to the right or to the left, either to the start or to the end. That's it. That's the only Einstein thing you need to master. That's it. So over here we have defined a margin, and now we are going to copy this whole thing and we are going to paste it down below. Now we'll name it right, and we'll say margin start. That's it. Now let's just close this beta version update, and this too, just rename the left and the right. Make sure you have renamed this left to right. Okay, be very careful. Now what we need to do is set the background of the card view. So over here we need the green background. All right, so let's say card view dot set background, and let's say context compat dot get drawable. Now my view dot get context, and then we need r dot drawable dot layout bg green, because this is to the right and this is our own card linear layout view, so this has to be in green. Now what you can also do is you can also define a separate background for this orientation also, because we have created two different orientations, but this one doesn't need to be set because it is already white, but then again you can set it. So card view dot set background context compat dot get drawable. Now my view dot get context, then r dot drawable dot layout bg white. Okay, so both the things are done. Our class is complete. Let's just minimize it. So this is our user chat view holder class. Okay, now before the send user method we need to create another method, that is private void retrieve chat message. Okay, so we need this method by default, because whenever our this whole thing is opening, so this needs to be called and this needs to be the whole thing needs to set up first. So we'll say let's give it final Firebase recycler adapter, and we'll say where is this class? Okay, so we need to create a class. I forgot to do that. Let's just right click over here, new Java class, and let's just name it send user chat receive class. And in this class we need to define three public variables. One is public string user ID, message, and time. These are the three things we need. And then what we need is to switch off the numlock and hit Alt 0, then create an empty constructor. Just select none. Then we need to hit the Alt 0 over here and hit the constructor, select everything, hit OK. We need the getters and setters, so Alt 0, getter and setter, select everything, hit OK, and that class is complete. Switch on your numlock. Let's get going. So send user chat receive class, comma, user chat view holder, and let's name it as Firebase recycler adapter, which is equals to new Firebase recycler adapter. And over here we need to define the send user chat receive dot class within the brackets, comma, the view holder, so user chat receive view holder dot class, comma, the chat message ref. So the user chat message ref is defined over here. Okay, so that's why do not skip any videos, just defined over here. Let's just get down and say user chat message ref. And one more thing we need is the card view. I forgot, that's why the red line, the send chat, sorry, r dot layout dot card view, and that's it, we are done. Okay, now why is this error? Okay, let's give a semicolon, and in the populate view holder, this is where we start working. So just rename these things, we just make it smaller. Let's name it holder. Let's give it model. INTI is fine, but let's just give it position. Okay, and let's start working with the populate view holder. So what we need to do is position key message equals model dot get user ID, and give a semicolon. Underneath, what we need to do is if position key message dot equals the position key friend, then what we need to do is, actually what we are doing here is, this shouldn't be message, but I'm using this global thing. We're getting the ID, okay, and we are checking if the ID is equal to the friend's user ID. So if the ID is equal to friend's user ID, the message would be shown to the left. This works like that. So if it is equal to the friend's user ID, then let's give it holder dot change orientation left. Right, now that is settled. So let's give it holder dot last message. This would be model dot get message. Now holder dot user time. This would be model dot get time. Okay, so if the user ID of the sent message is not equal to the user ID of the friend's message, then what we can do is else, then this is our message. So holder dot change right. Okay, this is our message, so our message would be shown to the right. Holder dot last message, model dot get message, and then holder dot user time would be model dot get time. Okay, now one more thing you can do, but let's do it after this line. So what we can do here is we'll write here user chat recycler dot set adapter. The adapter would be the Firebase recycler adapter as always. Now for the smooth scrolling of the message, right? So as the message is sent, this scrolls automatically. So that is not by default. You can try that. Okay, you can run this code right now. Whenever we finish this method, the send user method, you can run this code and it won't scroll smoothly, right? It won't scroll automatically. All right, let's just not do the smooth scrolling right now. Let's just see what happens, and then this thing would be clear to you. So let's just code the send user method. So once this is hit, the sent chat what was that message box, user chat message box dot set text would be nil. So the whole message box resets itself, and then the database references come. So there are a lot of database references. I'll explain it as I go forward. Database reference, my last message, right? My last message, let's give it reference would be Firebase database dot get reference, and the reference would be last message. Okay, and then what we need to do is dot child. We shouldn't give a semicolon. Let's give it dot child, and the child would be the position key friend dot child. Okay, dot child, and this would be our Firebase. We have given a Firebase auth, I guess. No, so Firebase auth dot get instance dot get current user dot get UID. Okay, this is our UID, and that's the reference. So why is this reference? This reference is because the last message would contain the friend's the UID and then our UID, because we are sending it to our friend. So this whole thing would be posted in our friend's UID under the last message. And the same way, if our friend posts something, or if the friend sends us something, the message would be registered under our UID. Okay, or let's just explain it like this. Let's just open notes, or just open, let's say, Office Writer. I'm using Linux, so no Word, just LibreOffice. Okay, so this is the user ID. Suppose A, B, C, D, right? This is our user ID. Let's give it our user ID. Okay, and underneath our friend's user ID, which is equal to, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Now suppose we are sending a message, so we send the message. What is going to happen in the real-time databases? A node will be created like last message. Underneath there would be, so we are sending this message, so underneath we'll give the friend's user ID, and then underneath we'll give our user ID, that is ABCD. Okay, and whenever our friend is sending the same thing, our friend message, now what is going to happen is the whole thing is going to reverse, so ABCD and then 1 2 3 4. Why? Because it helps us read the messages easily. Okay, so we are going to read our friend's UID, then our UID, because we are what we are going to do is, whenever we are reading, okay, we are reading it from our thing, our database. So last message would obviously has to deliver messages into two UIDs, one in our UID, one in friend's UID. So that this is the one way we can deliver the same message into two screens. Okay, so let's make it more clearer. So this is our database reference. We are going to adjust another database reference. Now this would reverse. Okay, so database reference, my own message ref, this would be Firebase database dot get reference, and the same reference is last message. Make sure the spellings are okay. Last message. Okay, the child would be our user ID, Firebase auth dot get instance dot get current user dot dot get UID. Dot child would be the position key friend, and that's it. So now this is as per the last message, because we have 3 columns. All right, we have to show a screen where we are getting, we are showing all the IDs, and underneath the IDs there would be a last message posted. Okay, so that last message would be shown or would be registered over in this nodes. Now we need to do something about the chat messages where things would go live. So that would be database reference and friend receive message ref, that would be equals to Firebase database dot get reference. This would be chat message. Underneath we'll give the same thing, so child position key friend dot child Firebase auth dot get instance dot get current user dot get UID, and then database reference would be, or let's say my receive message ref would be Firebase database dot get reference, the same reference, chat message, and this would be with the child of the reverse thing, Firebase auth dot get instance dot get user ID dot get UID dot child. This would be position key friend. Alright, so all the references are done. Okay, now to proceed further, we need to create another class over here just to register the messages. So this class would be called as let's say retrieve chat message class, and underneath this class we'll need public string from message and time. Okay, and we need to switch off the numlock. Then we need to create an empty constructor, so select none, then a constructor with this 3 strings, so shift hold, okay, then all 0, getter and setter, shift hold, okay, that's done. So let's close it, and I'll just refer this as update my last message of friend. Okay, now retrieve chat message class, I'll name it as last message, which is equal to new retrieve chat message class. Now what we need over here is this one, my username, time and message. So we'll write here my username, then message, then time, and we'll give a semicolon. Now underneath we'll give my last message, right? My last message ref dot set value, and this would be the last message dot add on failure listener, just the on failure listener, new on failure listener, and this on failure listener would give a toast message of e dot get message, right? So, or what we can do is we'll write message could not be delivered. Let's say message could not be delivered, right? And then give a semicolon over here, just close it. Now we need another one, so retrieve chat message class, my own message equals new retrieve chat message class. Now this would be friend username, comma message, comma time. Okay, now what we need to do is my own message ref dot set value, my own message dot add on failure listener, new on failure listener, toast, this would be message could not be sent, right? And now close this, and that's it for our class and the friends class. Now let's just update this received friends, friends received messages in the chat message node. So what we need to do is we'll just write a reference, update friends received message. So let's give it send receive chat class, friend message equals new send chat class. This would be Firebase auth dot get instance dot get current user. Dot get UID, and then what we need is the message and time, right? And then the friend receive message ref, the reference is over here, the friend receive message ref under the chat messages node we are working over here, dot let's just push, because every time it is getting updated, so we'll push over here, push dot set value. This would be the friend message, and we'll just add an on failure listener, new on, come on, new on failure listener. Now this is the main thing, so we'll just write e dot get message, right? Now the same thing over here. Update my receive message. I will write send user chat receive class my own message equals, alright, my class message equals new. Don't mix up this values or variable names with each other, don't make it the same. So send user receive chat class. Now this, give it Firebase auth dot get instance dot get current user dot get UID message comma time, and then we'll write my receive message ref dot push dot set value would be my class message dot add on failure listener, new on failure listener. Let's close it and let's give it a toast of e dot get message, right? And as this is done, now the messages can be sent and received very easily, and we are done with the send user method. So let's just close it and we'll check for errors later. And what we need to do is just recall this retrieve chat message. Okay, now let's just scroll up, and under the on create, under everything over here, we'll just give a reference of retrieve chat by ref, which is user chat message ref dot add value event listener, new value event listener. Okay, so let's just close this one. If snapshot dot exists, then what we can do is retrieve the chat message. Okay, now if the nodes are there, so it will start retrieving the chat message automatically. If some error persists, let's give a toast message over here just to catch every error on our way. Get code. Okay, just for a reference, if I'm asking you for an error code, and if you are using Firebase, just give error.get code. That way we can get the error code, and that comes in handy sometimes. Error.get message. Okay, now value event listener and everything is done. So I think everything is done over here. Okay, so we are done with the chat message activity. A couple of videos and then we will complete this series finally. Before signing off, a gentle reminder again, source codes are only available to highest tier patrons and to school students with valid documents, that is with school iCard along with the government iCard. Students need to email them to me and pay a sum of 2000 rupees in order to receive the source codes. So if you have watched till now, do not go without hitting the like button, and if you're not subscribed, consider doing it now and right now. So that's it. See you all in the next video. God bless you and your family. Bye bye.
If you have liked the video, hit the like button, then the subscribe button, and then the bell icon.